Oh, it felt great. It was a great crowd. Beautiful day too. I think we got blessed with the weather, but it was exciting to be out there and just start playing with the boys. So it was a great time.
Whether it was Hemby, Kalon, or even Lee, they were able to move the ball down the field. What did you guys notice on the offensive line, kind of creating those holes?
Yeah, man. They credit to them. They hit it right. Like you can just see the explosiveness in them from the jump, and we were just trying to do our jobs. Like that's what we do as offensive linemen, do our jobs and open holes for those way more athletic and talented guys to hit them. So proud of those guys, and it's onward and upward for sure for everyone.
Kind of going after just how well the running game did this week. Is there anything as a group, as an O-line group, that you guys thought, hey, we did this really well this week?
Yeah, I think ODU's defense presented a unique challenge. You know, it was a 3-3-5, and targeting and distributing, combinations to some of the backers could be difficult, and they've made it difficult for other teams in the past. That's why, one, they had success last year against some schools, and two, they're going to be a very good team this year, is because they present a unique challenge schematically. So I think we targeted very well and we worked together very well.
How
What tough was it to rewatch the? I think it was 5 plays at the goal line. I think 4 of them were runs at the one, and you guys couldn't punch it in. Kurt talked about at that point, it doesn't matter what the scheme looks like, you got to be able to do it. What was kind of when you rewatched those? What did you see on those plays?
Yeah. First, like, we got to take it on the chin. Like no one can shy away from it, and that an offensive line has to pride themselves on finishing down there and finishing any drive at any point. And we didn't do that, and we fell short of that goal and that mission, and so we all have to be accountable and look ourselves in the mirror, and even though maybe your guy didn't make the tackle per se, like you always can do something better to help the play. And you only need 1 yard, you only need 2 yards, so it takes everyone. And everyone's got to be accountable, and everyone has been, so it's been great to see.
You mentioned that defense specifically. Is it more challenging with the 3-3-5 inside the 20, or was it just kind of the looks they were giving in? Because that's where kind of Kurt said you guys were good for 93 yards, and then things kind of got hard with the run game. What did you kind of see there? Was it partly their system that bunches up? Like
Yeah,
that?
I think there's both parts of that, right? Like they squeeze everything down, and they have a bunch of guys in the box there, but at the same time, like at the end of the day, we gotta win the line of scrimmage, no matter who's across the line of scrimmage. So it starts with us and it ends with us, really.
What goes into kind of, I don't want to say fixing, but what goes into adjusting in that perspective?
It's detail. It's got to be a focus on detail, and it's little things like hat placement or making sure we're getting our hat across so that cutback lane is there or whatever it is. It's like those really small things that you may, or an individual or an outsider may not think is like that important, but again, it shows up on Saturday when there's penetration and it's a tackle for loss or whatever it may be. Like it's those very small things.
How much progress have you seen made in those departments so far this week?
I think it started on Sunday and Monday with people taking accountability and people and us looking in the mirror and being like, we have to be better. There's no doubt about it. So that was the first step, and then we had a great Tuesday practice, and it's going to lead into Wednesday, and but at the same time we can't dwell on it, right? Like we gotta be like, all right, we know what we did wrong, we know how to fix it, which is good because we know how to fix it, and then we got to move on and get better from there.
Pat, you kind of had a less favorable result with Notre Dame and NIU last year. Just what did you kind of learn from that, and what can be a good message for the team heading forward against these tough non-conference games?
I mean, you can never take anything for granted in this sport or in this game or in life in general. Like everything's earned and everything's earned, right? Like any given Saturday, anyone can beat anyone. Coach Sig was he mentioned all the Sun Belt teams that lost or whatever. So like everything's earned and can never take this game for granted, for sure.
Pat, Aiden talked about it a little bit last week that he was tired of hitting guys in Indiana jersey. How was it being able to hit guys that weren't wearing Indiana jersey this past Saturday?
It was fun. I mean, like that's what you work all the winter and spring and summer for. So, Yeah, it's the best, man. Like, that's why you play the game. Like, you hit someone and the ball hits right behind you. You hear the crowd popping, and you just know it's a big hit. Like, that's what it's all about. That's why it's one of the best parts of the game for sure.
And then another thing he talked about last week is you and him trash talk a lot. How was being able to trash talk a different team and not Aiden for once?
I don't really try. I trash talk Fish because we're boys, but I try and just do my job to the best of my ability. But that's funny he said that.
One more for Pat.
You mentioned accountability. Fernando, after the game, the first thing he said, the offensive struggles were on me. And, kind of broke them down that way. What does that mean for a locker room when you see your quarterback? First thing he's talking about, taking accountability for the whole offense, not doing exactly what you guys needed to do.
Yeah, I think it just shows the type of person he is and the type of leader he is and the type of locker room guy he is, like foxhole guy he is. But I think every single person, like every 11 on offense, would say the same exact thing because just to the type of people that are in that locker room. And, no one was perfect on Saturday, 100%. Everyone's got stuff to clean up, and that starts with me as well. Like, it starts inside out on the offensive line. So we all got to be better, and myself included, for sure.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.